Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for February 7th through 13th of 2022. So I am, I apologize. It's pretty late posting. I am pretty late posting this message for you, but, better late than never. Normally I have them up by, at the latest last Friday, but it didn't work out last week, and so here we are. But either way, we'll get your messages from all your guardian angels to you, and you can take what resonates and leave the rest. And we're just getting the last of the cards out, so we'll hang on for a second here. So it just, in general, like the daily reading, I guess it's not quite a daily reading, but the world energy reading for today talked about change and how, because that was the world reading, that change is occurring worldwide in individuals everywhere. And so when change is happening, it's a good thing. It's, even though, we like to kind of get into a comfort zone, right? When change happens, it often bumps us out of that comfort zone and into, something new, something that we didn't want, that we hadn't thought up ourselves maybe, or, somehow it's in our consciousness anyway. But still, so the general message is that the change is good even if we cannot see that at this moment. Okay. All right. So let's get into your individual reading. Pardon me, I shouldn't say individual. Your Gemini reading, right? And let's see what the messages are for you for now. Okay. So moonlighting. So this feels very much like, you want to be starting something else that it'll take some time to build and whatever, but you want to start something else so that you've got something kind of on deck. It is potentially an alternative career. Not yet, takes a little time, you got to develop it and get it going and all that kind of stuff. But then in a little while, then it's there for you, and if you choose to, you can make this the main event, and what you've been doing up until now can fall by the wayside. So that's for those of you who are, pretty much done with what you're doing and you're trying to create your own little change or big change, right? But your own piece of the world. You're trying to create something different, something new for you. And so this is a good way to do it. This is like the means to the end kind of thing, right? And choose something that you really enjoy. So see how that goes, Expression. It feels very much like you've not been feeling heard, like there's something going on that it's like they're showing me, you trying to speak and somebody else just turning away and walking as though you never spoke. You still need to express yourself. Be persistent. Keep at it. It may still not have the effect that you're desiring, but for your development, for your own self, for your knowledge of being heard and how to create that, how to express yourself so that somebody else can hear you. Now, okay, they're telling me that some of you are taking it in terms of like controlling the other person, and that's not it at all. This is about you figuring out how else to get your point across, how else to communicate. And please be persistent. Sometimes you're not really changing the way you do it so much as continuing to do it. If you stop, then there's like it's done. There's no hope, right? Because nobody else wants to be heard the way you do. Okay, that came out wrong. Everybody wants to be heard the way you do. But in this instance, you're the one with something to say. Okay. Okay. So you might need to have some downtime. You might need to, back away. Maybe meditate. But either way, just kind of be without the chatter and the static. You just need some quiet time, where nobody's putting any demands upon you. And so you need to take that. And how long that takes or how much time that is, it depends upon you. And so, try and figure out, what do you need and how long you're going to do it for. Do you have to actually leave home to get that? Or can you do it within the home? Do you need to take a day or two off work? Or, what is it? How is it going to look for you? You got to figure that part out. But you need your downtime. Yeah. Yeah. It's like everything's kind of swirling is how this feels. And in order to settle that down and they're kind of saying compartmentalize things, which doesn't always work, but sometimes you can separate it a bit. And that way when if you step back into that and it bombards you again, then you can kind of slot it and give it a category and say, okay, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm doing this. So here, you just go here and I'll pay attention to you later, right? Sometimes that works really well. So once you can get your quiet time, get that all sorted, then when the new stuff comes in, you can kind of take your time and pick and choose, put it here, put it there. All right, now I can go again, right? So give that a go. Okay. You have this amazing divine purpose. And it feels like you have lost sight of what that is or that you even have it. So your purpose is just as important as anybody else's. And you certainly are just as important as anybody else. There's a reason. Okay, I'm just hearing right now, there's a reason that something, like it feels like there's been not quite a shoving match, but that you have been displaced. It doesn't feel good at all at this moment. But there's a divine purpose behind that. You might never know what that is, but you might. It's like there's somebody that either you need to come in contact with or they need to come in contact with you. Excuse me. And so that will be the purpose, the reason that this something had to happen. Because something's just changed. Like everything just feels chaotic. It feels chaotic. It feels unsettled. Feels like you don't like it. But it's on purpose. Okay. There's who is there in your life that you're kind of jealous of? You think their life looks so smooth and so easy. And that they've had no challenges. They just get it all just smooth and no matter how many mistakes they make, everything seems to work out for them. Get rid of that, the way you feel about that. because there's so much behind the scenes that you have no idea. You don't know what their challenges have been. You don't know what things they've had to learn along the way. So if you could actually step in to their shoes and, receive everything they're receiving, you would become aware of how many struggles they have had and are continuing to have. And you would understand that that is simply a trade-off, an equal trade-off for what you are experiencing. Every person has their own things. And if they're making it look easy, well, good for them. But it's not easy. So there is just no basis for jealousy. Whatever you want, focus upon it with love, and that is how you will bring it to you. Okay, all right. And all of this, I have a really croaky throat all of a sudden. All of this, you speaking up for yourself and holding your ground, keeping your boundaries, the potential of moonlighting a new little career in the evenings to start something else off, getting calm and quiet away to gain clarity, all that stuff, remembering your divine purpose and understanding that you've been steered here on purpose, and getting rid of any jealousy, or whether that's professional or personal, it doesn't really matter, but either way, getting rid of that, making it so that it's gone, that all leads to your freedom. Your freedom. And, what does freedom look like for you? Because it's different for everybody, right? So all of this is leading you there. This is your path. As difficult as some parts of it are, this is your path. Okay. All good. It's all good. It really is. Honestly, I don't really like that phrase, it's all good, because it's never all good. I mean, come on. But the reassurance here for you is that it's on purpose and that it's leading you exactly where you have to go. Okay. One last bit of wisdom here, which says there is nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's very reassuring, and it's the certain knowledge that everything is happening on purpose, no matter how it feels at the moment. Okay, you got this. All right, Gemini, thank you so much. I appreciate that you've joined me, and I want you to know that I love you, and I will see you next week.